Welcome to the Real Estate 401k Show. Here are your hosts, Ryan Gertis, Mike Weinstein, and Justin Frederick, helping you build a legacy of wealth through real estate. Powered by the Recon Group at West USA and the Frederick team with Fairway Mortgage. NMLS number 625918.
I was thinking about this. We talk so much about, real estate wealth and being real estate wealth managers. It's what we focus on. I think so much about how do you build more wealth in real estate? How do you get rich? How do you retire? And all of these things. And I would say it doesn't really matter the medium in which you invest, whether it's the stock market, Bitcoin, gold, real estate, whatever the case is. I think it always comes down to creativity. Those that are the most creative tend to be the ones who are most successful at investing. And especially when it comes down to real estate, creativity is critical. It's paramount. It's key. It's understanding the different programs out there, to help you leverage what you have to make more money, to build more wealth. And Justin, I want to talk about this concept out there. A lot of people aren't as familiar with, is this thing called renovation loans. What is a renovation loan?
Basically, you're taking one man's silver and turning it into your gold. That's what you're doing. So, renovation loan. So you're taking a property that maybe you love the location. It's not giving you everything that you want from it, what your goals were on purchasing a home, and you're turning it into the property that you desire. You're financing the renovation. The bank is financing it, and we're turning that property into the property that you love.
And when you mean by renovation, like give me some examples. I like a home. It may not have a pool that I want. It doesn't have the kitchen. Like sometimes the most overwhelming thing is, I love this home, but man, I need a $30,000, bathroom or kitchen update, and I need this, and I just don't have that kind of jack laying around.
Here's the extent of it. So you can go all the way from I want to redo the yard to I'm going to leave one wall on this property and I'm going to redo the whole thing, and I'm going to add square footage to the property.
That's the California thing.
You
know what they do in California?
No, tell me.
This is how they get around Proposition 13 and the whole tax thing. And you'll see this down in Newport if you're putting around the harbor. Is if they knock down every wall, their tax basis starts over when assessing property taxes. So sometimes you'll see just one wall the length of the house. And now what they're not rebuilding, they're just modifying.
Yeah, sure.
Just throw that out there because I'm smart and I know things.
Everybody, every dog has his day, right? So, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, so what I want to know is, so we see a lot of these like hard money lenders out there, and they specialize in a lot of these things, but they cost an arm and a leg.
We'll talk about what hard money means.
So hard money is essentially like a rich uncle out there might have started up his own fund, or it could have been a handful of investors all put their money together and pool it together, and then they'll essentially let you borrow that money at a cost with a certain rate for a certain term, and then you can use that money to renovate or pretty much do anything that you want with it, but you're on the hook, and it is not cheap, and it's not highly regulated.
So it's funny that you bring that up because I actually prepared numbers, compared apples to apples here. So with a hard money loan, you're required to put down 30% of the finished product. Okay, you're going to pay significant amount of points up front, and the interest rate is significantly higher. So just a specific scenario that I actually have a property that I'm working with in Texas right now. Her initial quote from a hard money lender was 15%. Okay, and she was going to need to borrow $400,000 from them. Now, she was going to be paying $5,508 per month for that $400,000 loan.
Dang.
Is that interest only?
No.
Okay.
It was actually typical hard money loans are interest only.
Right.
However, with this renovation product, it's principal and interest. Okay. The difference with us was we're at a 6.99. Monthly payment, $3,108. Okay, so we're saving $2,400 a month. Also, she doesn't need to she doesn't need to put down 30% on the finished product, 5% on the finished product.
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. The other cool part about this is you get the bank regulates the whole thing. So we're going to check out the GC, make sure the general contractor is solid. They also have a timeline that we're going to be pushing them on. They have to have the renovation complete within 6 months. We can use money for initial draws for permits, engineering, all the things that you need to get this all ready to go. Also, you can finance up to 6 months PITI payments. So if you can't occupy the residence because you're ripping down all the walls except for one, you can still live somewhere else and afford to live there because you're not making 2 mortgage payments. It's an incredible product. The interest rates on this product are running the same as our standard conventional loans. So I would say about a year ago, these were running about 0.6% higher.
Which is still not bad.
It's still not bad because you're using this as convenience, right? You're not having to take out home equity lines of credit or hope that the market gains value so one day that you can take a home equity line of credit out so you can do this stuff down the road. You can do it now and move into your dream home.
All right, we'd love to introduce you to Justin and his team. If you got any questions about mortgages and trying to match the right program and the right product to your unique situation, but more importantly, especially if you're interested in renovation loans, and you'd mentioned Texas, it's important to note that you do loans all over the country.
Yeah.
But we'd love to introduce you to Justin and his team. All you got to do is text the word loan to 623-AZ-RECON. That's text the word loan to 623-AZ-RECON. So the way that I'm seeing it, you mentioned HELOCs. You mentioned maybe cash out refinances. Ryan talked about hard money. It seems to be the more economical route, a renovation loan. And then my second question before Ryan jumps in is, if I'm taking a look at a property and I'm wanting to buy this property, but I'm also wanting to do some sort of renovation loan, does that property need to have an equity position? What does that renovation number go above the appraised value? Break that down to me.
Yeah. So it is the way to go right now. And we used to push home equity lines of credit in the past because the interest rates were running at like 3% for a home equity line of credit. Currently, they're about 8.5%. And they're variable and they're based on prime. So there's a good chance that the Fed may raise the rate. So the home equity lines of credit rates will go up as well. Now, to your second question, the beauty of it is you take a longer close of escrow. You figure out everything that you want to do to this property. You get bids on it. You turn in those bids. What we do is we take the bids on everything that you're going to do. We turn it into the appraiser. The appraiser is going to appraise the property on all this work being done.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, they're going to leave the appraisal subject to the work being completed. We're still going to close the loan prior to the work being completed, but after the work's completed, the appraiser goes back out, finishes the appraisal, verifies that all the work is done and done correctly, and then we turn that in, and that satisfies Fannie Mae's guidelines.
All right, if you'd like some more information, if you have questions about renovation loans or any other types of loans, we want to introduce you to Justin and his team. All you got to do is text the word loan to area code 623-AZ-RECON. Again, text the word loan to 623-AZ-RECON. We should probably at some point learn what all those numbers are because I don't have one of those phones at home where I can look at the number 3 and see what letters.
It's still on your cell phone. Because I was like, man, how am I going to figure this out? Because I had the same question. But no, it's still on your cell phone. They still have letters on there. I was like, oh, my God, it's great. So I had it figured out once upon a time. But getting back to the topic at hand here, we've been talking an awful lot about doing the renovation loans on the acquisition side. What if I'm an investor, or what if I already own a home and I'm like, all right, this dog is at its day, it's over. I mean, it needs some serious, facelift. It needs everything. I need to put in that pool. the 1,200 square feet isn't working here for me anymore. I need to bump it up to 2,500. Knock down all the walls, like Mike was saying. Is there a different protocol? And the reason why I'm asking this is I would love to figure out a way to curb that extended escrow period. Is there a way that I can do that?
So, what do you mean by curb? What are you trying to accomplish?
Shorten it.
You're trying to shorten it.
Shorten it.
So with a refinance, obviously you can refinance and do a renovation loan. The beauty about that is you could do all your due diligence up front before even locking in an interest rate and having to go through. You could go through it all up front. So that's something that we would walk you through. But a refinance is much easier than in a purchase. And I don't want to scare you away from a purchase, but you just got to be on the ball with the purchase. You could shorten the close of escrow. You're just going to be doing a lot of running around, and you're going to be pushing a lot of general contractors. So that's the hard part, is you have to rely on a lot of third parties throughout this thing. And I don't want to set expectations to be a short period of time, and then you're not getting what you need from these contractors. So it is possible to do it in 30 days. Absolutely. Just you as a consumer, you're going to be doing a lot of work and a lot of pushing on your own to get us everything that we need, getting all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, just because there's going to be a lot going on here, not only with our side of things, but obviously property inspections with you guys, appraisals, documents being turned in, all that good stuff. So now the beauty of the individual in Texas is they came to us early, and they knew they were looking for a distressed property, which I could shift subjects here, but they knew they were looking for a distressed property. So we knew we were getting into this product. So we had a game plan. Like, what are you looking for in your properties? I need you to understand what you're looking for. I need you to kind of pre-price out a bunch of things, get some lists together to make it easier for when you find that property. And being proactive is the best part for us. So we could get all the documents in, we could get the loan in for approval, we could use hypothetical numbers for approval. That way, when we actually found the property, it's really getting specific bids from the contractors that we already have in our systems and approved. It made things a lot easier. So with her, most likely this process is going to be a 30-day close of escrow.
All right, you know that I'm always looking for the loopholes.
Yeah.
What if I'm also the general contractor?
You cannot, there's no, it's a good question, and I feel like everybody needs to know that. There's no self-work here. So you cannot pay yourself in this. You cannot, now you could get away with your dad.
All right.
Or your
Well,
mom.
you have never been accused of being a great oracle. But you started off, make one man silver, you're gold.
Yeah.
That's gold right there.
Yeah.
You make someone else's crap gold with
Yeah.
these renovation loans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's not, doesn't sound as fun.
It doesn't.
All right. Anyways, we'd love to introduce you to Justin and his team. Whether you want to talk about renovation loans, whether you want to talk about cash out refinances, first time purchases, whatever the case is, Justin's team is a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge. All you got to do is text the word loan to 623-AZ-RECON. That's loan to 623-AZ-RECON.
Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate 401k Show. If you want more information on how to build wealth, click on the link or text us at 623-297-3266. That's 623-AZ-RECON.